welcome to Chunky Chick Handmade. My name is Brittany, and this is a totally different angle than what you've ever seen before. It's a small space, but I'm doing what I can. I am going to be attempting to be showing you this pattern of a mesh crocheted cropped sweater that I have made plus size. The sleeves hang down like this. I wanted it snug against my arms, and I wanted to make it big enough to where I'm a 3X, so someone could maybe up to 5X or so could also fit it. But this is going to be a multi-part video because of the fact that I've never done this before, and I'm probably going to explain things a little bit weird, but I do hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. I'm awkward, but that's just who I am. Let's start off with the materials you're going to need. You will need a size 3 yarn. Cotton would be preferable. The original sweater that you saw was done in Karen Cake's Skinny Cakes yarn. This one is a mandala sparkles yarn from Lion brand. A size crochet hook. I bonked the camera. This says 8mm, but I looked up a conversion chart and it said size L. A yarn needle, scissors, of course. You don't need anything like this. A regular size scissors is fine. And then stitch markers, at least 2. I don't ever use regular stitch markers. I either use the end of the tail or just extra yarn cut from something else. And let's get started. I forgot to mention that the Karen Skinny Cakes yarn that I'd used has 795 yards to it. So if you don't use this exact yarn, make sure you have enough to make the 795 yards. The yarn that I chose, the mandala sparkles, is only 328 yards. And so I'm going to use about 3 of these cakes. I had some of this left over, so it might be 2.5, about 3 cakes of these guys. And I forgot to mention that I'm using the color Draco. I'm using it because it reminds me of unicorns. But like I said, make sure this is the yarn I originally used, the Karen Skinny Cakes. But make sure that you have at least 795 yards. Mine took a little bit less than that, but just make sure you have enough. All right, so we're going to start off with chaining 152 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm not going to make you actually sit here and watch me chain all of that. I'm going to go ahead and continue chaining until I get 152 chains, and then I will meet you back here. Row 1. We are going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to double crochet. Chain 1. Skip a stitch and double crochet into the next chain. And we're going to repeat that across. So chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet into the next chain. Chain 1, skip a chain, double crochet into the next chain. And we are going to do that all the way across our piece. And I will meet you back here when I am done. Once you reach the end of your row, you'll want to turn. And then you'll want to do chain 3. I have a preference to do a chain 2 for the beginning of my double crochets. So a chain 3 is essentially doing the double crochet plus chain 1. And because of the way this pattern is, you are going to want to, this is going to count as your first double crochet. So then what you'll do is you are going to double crochet into the next double crochet, like so. Then chain 1, then double crochet into the next double crochet. And then you would want to repeat this to the end of the row. And that's the basic pattern of this piece. The double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 is the main pattern of this pattern, if that makes sense. So double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, all the way across. Chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1. So I am going to go ahead and meet you at the very end to show you what it looks like double crocheting into the top of the first chain. I have reached the end of the second row, and so what we'll do is do the chain 1, and here's the first chain 3 spot. You want to count the second chain or the middle chain, and then you want to double crochet right into that. And there you go. It looks a little wonky because the first couple of rows, at least for me, always looks like that. But next, you will want to just turn your work, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and so this is the first double crochet of the row. Don't double crochet into that one. Double crochet into the next double crochet, and chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, and then continue doing that to the end of the row. Ooh, look at how pretty and shiny that is. Real quick, this yarn drapes a little bit different than the other yarn, and they're both size 3. If you want the same type of drape, I would use the Karen Cakes Skinny Cakes yarn. But it'll still work. So anyways, continue to the end of the row and I'll meet you there. So I have reached the end of the third row, and I've ended with the chain 1. So what you'll do is find the middle chain or the second chain from the bottom of the chain 3 that you did at the beginning, and you'll just double crochet into that chain. Boop. Ta-da! So now you will just turn and follow the pattern, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Not this double crochet, but in the next double crochet, you'll want to double crochet, whoop, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and continue this to the end of the row, but continue making this until you've got a total of 17 rows. And then I will meet you here after the 17 rows, but in a part 2 video, because the next part might be a little complicated, and that might have to be broken down into 1 or 2 videos. I'm not sure. So I will meet you back when part 2, after doing 17 total rows like this.